Josephat Bless here from TradewithBolu Online Services, and I'll be taking on the weekly analysis from the 8th of November to the 12th of November 2021. So today we'll be analyzing the EURJPY, USDCAD, GBPUSD, USDZAR USTECHCAsh, which is also known as NAS 100. Alright, so moving on to our risk warning. Trading leverage products such as Forex and derivatives may not be suitable for all investors as they carry a high degree of risk to your capital. Please ensure that you fully understand the risk involved, take into account your investment objectives and to a level of experience before trading, and if necessary seek independent advice. Alright, so you could pause this video, ensure you go through the risk warning as stated above. An indication of you proceeding in this video indicates that you agree to this risk warning as stated above. Alright, so moving on to the DXY, because most of the pairs we'll be analyzing today are pairs to the dollar. We want to know the strength of the dollar before proceeding. Alright, so as we analyzed last week, we're going to have we had a BMS here, we spoke about that we're going to have a nice retracement to this level before the continuation of the trend which is actually going on. Alright, so this week we're expecting a pretty nice retracement back to the same trend line as it's forming a channel as it goes on. And I can also draw another channel here. I can also draw another trend line here, making the channel. Alright, but there's really no need for that, okay? Because the trend has not really given its final momentum, as I would say. Alright, so while we are expecting a pretty nice retest to this trend line here, and then a final continuation of this pretty nice all trend. Alright, so that's what we're expecting for the DXY. And moving on to the Forex calendar. Alright, you want to check the Forex calendar to know the days we're going to have high impact news. Alright, and if you don't know how to trade the news, we mostly advise that you stay out of the market. Right, so we expect a pretty nice impact on USD at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Alright, and you could see on Tuesday is also affected by 8:30 a.m. Alright, and then we had CAD and GBP by 11. Alright, and and so on. So you could check Forex factory calendar to have more details about the impact of news on the Forex market. Alright, very important. So moving on to the MT4. Alright, we'll be having the EURJPY, and just like we analyzed last week, which we spoke about having a pretty nice retracement. The market was here, yeah. Talk about having a pretty nice retracement to this point that you could buy in here, that we had the first profit level here and the second here, all right, with a stop loss behind this support zone. And just like we have it, market actually went pretty much to this region, but it's a support, is a resistance region. All right, it's not just a line. The resistance is not just a line, it's a region. Okay, so we didn't have it cross our TP and it went out in a loss. First part of the market. All right, and that's that for that. But what we're expecting for this week on the same EURJPY, all right, is you could see that the market has actually crossed a major a pretty nice support here, now turning into resistance as it's tested in and continuing the NAS downtrend. So what I'm simply expecting is that it has tested here once, all right, but with this we can have a pretty nice retest at this. We're hoping to have a pretty nice retest at this resistance point, all right, before the continuation of the impulsive move towards the downtrend. All right, so that's basically what we're expecting for the EURJPY for this coming week. Let me clear this off. I left them so I could show you that we what we analyzed on it the previous week. All right, so we had a pretty nice retracement to this region. All right, we can still have a retracement to this region, all right, before continuing. Or you could just simply introduce your moving averages. Let me do that. Put in the bounce here. All right, see that? All right, so right now we could be expecting a pretty nice a pretty nice retracement to the 50 moving average, and then hoping to get a nice breakout. All right, that could happen. Or as you could see here, this was our resistance zone. All right, and it still remains the same. All right, so you could have a pretty nice the price might not reach the 50 moving average before breaking out. Okay, so that's what we're expecting for the EURJPY. It's on a pretty nice uptrend. We could see that the 50 moving average already crossed the 18 and the 6. All right, and then the price pretty much in an impulsive bearish move. So we're hoping to see a pretty nice breakout from there. All right, you could use your Fibonacci and other tools to confirm out but that's what we'll be expecting for the EURJPY as this coming week comes. So we spoke also about the USD CAD the previous week. We said we were going to have we're going to be expecting a pretty nice break of these resistance zones, and it did exactly as we expected. All right, and we had a pretty nice retest on the trend line, just like we discussed. All right, and our first profit region here, second and third. All right, just like we discussed last week. So what we're basically expecting this coming week is a pretty nice retracement to this same trend line, which is currently acting as a support. All right, doubling with this previous resistance here. All right, so we have a support and the resistance both coincident, which is actually giving us a pretty nice confidence of a nice buy entry. So that's what we'll be expecting for the USD CAD. Profit levels still remain the same: TP1, TP2, and TP3, just like we discussed. All right, for the GBPUSD, we had an expectation of a pretty nice bearish momentum from last week, and it's still going awesome. We have that trade still going awesome. So what we're simply expecting this week is a nice continuation. Let me zoom in a bit. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, that's awesome. All right, so we are expecting a pretty nice continuation of this bearish momentum. All right, down to this resistance zone as on the downtrend. All right, before we had a pretty nice retracement to this another impulsive move. Sorry, so it's now retracement, now resistance. Sorry, so that's what we're expecting for this GBPUSD. Nice continuation of this downtrend to this resistance zone. Now we'll turn into support because it's going to be an uptrend, and then impulsive move back to this price region. So that's what we'll be expecting for the GBPUSD in this coming week. The USDZAR, just like we discussed the previous week, we spoke about a pretty nice impulsive move. All right, with our profit level here as our major resistance level that we really wanted to take be careful about. All right, and you can see that the price did exactly as we predicted. All right, so what we're expecting is a pretty nice retracement to this supply zone, which is also, you could see a triangle forming up there. So we're expecting a pretty nice breakout. All right, and you have these two support levels, all right, marked out. Yeah, we have these two support levels marked out in case there's going to be a deep retracement. All right, and we're expecting a pretty nice breakout in an upward momentum because this is USDZAR. It really trends in a particular direction for a while. All right, so we'll be expecting a pretty nice trend there, and you can see triangles formed all the time. It breaks off and continues in the direction. Triangles forms and it breaks off, continues in the direction, and all that. All right, so that's what we'll be expecting for the USDZAR. A pretty nice retracement to this point, and then we have the triangle filled out, and then an upward breakout as we move on in the market. All right, so we spoke about the USD Tech, all right, which is also known as the NAS 100. All right, so we had a pretty nice retracement. Let me get it to 4 hours so you can see that. We had a pretty nice retracement. Sorry, 1 hour. Okay, yeah, to the 18 moving average. All right, as we spoke about an impulsive move coming forth. But I like to look at it on the daily, and like I spoke to you about it last time, we have the 200 exponential on the close. All right, and we have the 50 smoothed on the close as well. All of them are on the close actually. All right, so we have the 50 the 200 exponential, 50 smoothed, and then 18 exponential as well. All right, the 6 is really, you could ignore it. All right, but that's the setting we have here for the NAS 100. All right, and you see it has been nice, pretty well respecting it for a long time. All right, we had pretty nice buy entries that we spoke buy entries that we announced here at this region and also at this region. All right, so what we're expecting is a pretty nice continuation of this momentum. All right, and then later we could have a nice retest back to this 50 moving average, but the retests are not going to be so perfect like we had it here. We had a nice perfect retest here. All right, but you could see that it's not so always perfect. It's not so always perfect. So when we have a retracement, it's not going to be so perfect like we expected, and just maybe put a penny order there and all that. All right, it might go in deep a bit and then before continuing its uptrend. But that's what we're expecting for this coming week. A pretty nice continuation of the uptrend on the USDCAD until we have a pretty nice retracement back to the 50 EMA before the continuation of that uptrend. So that will be all for this weekly analysis. I hope that you have an awesome week on the Forex market and have a blessed week. Thank you.